Hey, what's up, guys? So I just wanted to go over a few finance, money tips, budgeting tips that I've used to help me stay on top of my finances. This is not financial advice, all right? I'm not a certified financial advisor. Please, for financial advice, go to a licensed financial advisor. Years ago, maybe in my early 20s, even my late teens, I didn't really have a good grasp on money. Not that I am have a good grasp now, but it's definitely better than it was. I just didn't really know what should go where, and I wasn't super organized, and it was kind of all over the place. Now, I'm way more organized, and the first thing that I did was make a spreadsheet of all my finances. And on the left-hand side, I have all my bills. I have food, gas, literally everything every month that I spend money on, whether that be variable expenses like a shirt or a date night. I have it all in a Google spreadsheet or Excel file. I use Google Sheets, but it's all on the left-hand side, and then on the right-hand side, I have exactly that number. Now, for gas, it should be within $10. If you can get it exact, that's great. If you don't know what it is, good. It's not good that you don't know it, but it's good that we're aware of it, right? So now that we're aware of it, we can go into our bank statements. You just look in your app and just type in, there's usually a search bar, at least for my bank. You can search gas, and then it'll show you how many times you spent a certain, whatever amount of money that is, on gas. You take that number, add it up, put it into your spreadsheet. What I do is I have a formula. At the bottom, I hit total. That way, I hit equals, sum, and parentheses, and I highlight that entire column so that at the bottom, it gives me my total. That way, I can see how much money I need every month for my expenses, right? And it should be food as well. I'm saying everything, all right? Everything. And then on the far right-hand side, or even lower, it doesn't matter, but for me, it's on my right-hand side is my income. So how much is coming in every month? If it's variable, I want to, be more conservative, right? On the lower month, or again, it depends on what job you have, but sometimes if I pick up an extra class, I'm teaching an extra fitness class or whatever, or I get an extra client, it might be higher, but conservatively, it's this. And then what you can do is see the difference between the expenses and your income. So you can see, am I in the positive every month or am I in the negatives every month? Now, this might come up as like, bro, I don't need to do this. I'm in the negatives every month, bro. I know that I'm broke, all right? I get it. I don't need to see it. No, you might need to see exactly. I get it. You're broke, but let's see exactly by how much, because we don't know, right? It's just in the air. It's in the cloud right now. We don't know, right? So by finding the exact amount, you could be maybe $100 off, which isn't that bad. You could be $1,000 off, which, okay, at least now I know, right? Try not to judge yourself. That's the biggest thing, is don't judge. Just be objective. Okay, this is this. Okay, this is this. Just don't let your emotions sneak in there, right? Don't be like, oh my God, this is terrible. No, it's just objective. Here's where I am. Here's where I want to be. So what I was saying is that the difference, and you can have another row, you would do your income minus your expenses. So you click on the cell that has the income, and then you hit the little dash, and then you hit the expenses total, and you hit enter. And remember, this is all for 1 month. So now you can see where you're at per month. If you're in the positives, great. What are you doing with that extra money? Do you find that you still don't have enough money every month? You're like, man, I just don't have enough money every month. No, you do. You're just probably spending it on something. You're spending it on something. I'm not sure what it is, but that's where you got to look at your bank statements and just search maybe clothing, search restaurants, search bar. Oh wow, I'm spending this much. That's where it's going. Okay, maybe before I get a chance to spend that, maybe I put, let's say I'm in the positives, let's say I'm in the positives by $100. I'm going to take $50 and put it into an index fund, an investing account. I use Charles Schwab. You can open up an account for free. It doesn't cost anything. You don't need minimums in any accounts. You can open up an investing account. So if you need help also, just hit contact and send them an email. They'll get back to you, right? Or hit the chat. Just ask them a question. They'll get back to you if you need any help. All right, which account should I do? Whatever. Hey, I just want to open up an individual investing account just so I can start investing in index funds. Can you help me? And they will do it. So once you have that, you can automate every month. It's going to take out $50 a month, and it's going to go into that account. That way you can start to build, and you're not even going to look at it. You're not even going to touch it. It's automatic. That way your investments build over time and compound over time, because time is the number one factor when it comes to building long-term steady wealth over time. If there's tons of tools out there, I'll link a couple tools in the notes of the video that can tell you the compounding interest over time. Because I say index fund is what I use. Index funds are what I use because it's steady increase over time. They increase with the market. It varies from 7 to 8, 9% return year over year. So that's what I do. And those are the basics. You want to have a couple different accounts. I recommend 2 accounts in your bank. So this is separate from Charles Schwab. Charles Schwab I use for my investing. And then my actual bank I use Bethpage Federal Credit Union, which might change. I might go to Chase. I don't know. Either way, have 2 accounts. At least one account is your fixed expenses, which is everything that's coming out of your accounts, right? It's all of your expenses. And then your other account will be your play money or your variable expenses, whichever it might be. You can have a third account if you want for vacation. Let's say you want to save up for something, you want to save up for a vacation, you can have that account that just sits there, that you can take a portion every month and put it towards that account, and it grows. Again, this is kind of what I do. This is like the basics of budgeting that I've learned from mentors over the years and what has worked for me. I know emotionally it could be scary, tons of fear. I don't even want to look at it. I know it's going to be bad. It's like looking at the scale, right? And looking at your weight. I'm telling you right now, that emotion wears off. I promise you, if you keep looking at it, it wears off. That anxiousness or that uncomfortability. I used to never look at my bank accounts. Now, I look at them almost every day. I used to get way more I used to get anxiety about it because I didn't like what I saw, and I didn't even want to know. I didn't want to know because I know it's bad. But once you know, and it can reframe the entire way that you look at life and the entire way that you structure your life and what you prioritize. All right, I'm prioritizing working right now. I'm in my spare time, I'm working. I'm going to find a second job. I'm going to start a business. I'm going to start selling my art, whatever it is, so that I can start to fix my finances and I can actually start to make progress. Because if you don't, you're just going to stay where you are. Right? And if you want to make a change, you got to do something different. And initially it might be a little uncomfortable, but I promise you over the long term, it's beneficial. That's it. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I will see you guys in the next video.